Hello everyone, and in case you are somehow even more out of the loop than I am and you have not yet heard, there is a solar eclipse happening on Monday, April 8th, coinciding naturally with the new moon. Both events taking place in Aries. Now, I wanted to get this video out ASAP because I have had a lot of folks reaching out in some level of distress about the powerful impact of this eclipse energy. So let's talk about it. First, the core theme of this eclipse is illuminating where your life is not in alignment with your mission, purpose, spirit's deepest desires, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. And since the number of people on this planet living in perfect alignment with their mission is infinitesimally small, this video applies to you. But the universe doesn't send you its notices like a report card with feedback, comments, and some ratings. No, it lets you know how things are going through experience and feelings. So, how might misalignment between your current life and your purpose feel right now in this energy? Like what I call the 3 A's: anger, anxiety, and avoidance. Though these are all symptoms of the same problem, they carry slightly different nuances. So let's discuss. Anger, frustration, irritability, stress, grumpy. If you are feeling like a Crunchwrap Supreme right now, you are not the only one. But these feelings are actually the cleanest of the 3 options. Mars energy is heightened right now. And Mars, the warrior, gets really unhappy when we are going the wrong way. The caution with this one is to make sure you actually correctly identify the cause. Because odds are, unless you have tools to come to a place of clarity, you're blaming the wrong thing. I'll get to that more in a minute. Anxiety, also a symptom that you are not where you need to be. However, this one can be tricky because it can be manipulated by your shadow to try and keep you from making the shifts that you need to make to actually alleviate the anxiety. A great example of this could be a bad job. Maybe your job is miserable and not in alignment. You experience anxiety when you even think about it. But then when you start to think about leaving your job, the anxiety is also there. One of those is communicating you are out of alignment, and one of those is coming from your shadow to try and keep you from stepping into something better for yourself. And when anxiety is high, it can be really hard to discern if the message is genuine, this really is a problem, or if it is shadow manipulation, a false alarm. Remember, long exhalations are an instant biohack to calming the fear brain, the amygdala, and helping bring our thinking brain back online. Finally, avoidance. This is going to be a strategy you employ so as A, to not feel the other options, and B, to avoid acknowledging that there is a problem at all. This most often looks like disassociation, mental escape, distraction, substance abuse, and my personal favorite, hyperproductivity. Hyperproductivity is the A+ avoidance technique because it is the only one that allows the avoiders the next level ability to avoid that they are avoiding. I'm not avoiding anything, I'm just slaying. That's meta avoidance. I say this as someone who used to use this particular strategy quite often. I know it from the inside, and it is an extremely effective way of avoiding your feelings. But it is not an effective way of getting the life that will bring you fulfillment and joy. Because this communication that some aspect or aspects of your life are not in alignment with your true purpose is critical information. So you need to let yourself feel it so that you can recognize it for what it is and use it appropriately. And since we all have some way that our life is out of alignment, none of us is escaping this energy. I myself have been a total crunchwrap supreme until I sat with the energies and realized what was going on, and that the problem was not all of the things I would have said were the problem. So odds are, if you are allowing yourself to feel, you're probably blaming the wrong thing. Or you might have it in the right category, but not know what to shift or how to shift it. And that is because there is something standing in the way. And that something, 9 times out of 10, is you. Lack of awareness is a huge one. But even when you have awareness, preconceived ideas about what you should do or how it should be done, fears, denial, refusal, excuses, or just plain old-fashioned stubbornness, these are the ways we stop ourselves from actually doing what will bring us the most joy in life. And this Aries solar eclipse is here to make all of those things really uncomfortable for us and to force us to face where in our lives we are stopping ourselves from doing what we need to be doing. So what is it that you've been avoiding doing? Why haven't you done it yet? Whatever the answer is that you give is what you need to release this eclipse, because that answer isn't real. It's just something you are creating to stop yourself. Or in the very rare case that the answer is a true aspect of reality that needs to be shifted, then use this discomfort to do something about it. This solar eclipse is not here to tolerate us continuing to live the same wrong life. That crunch you are feeling is the message to tell you it's time to take action. You hate your job? Find a better one. Your living situation is not what it needs to be? Figure out what needs to be done to upgrade it and start doing it. Your relationships aren't where you want them to be? Have that conversation. Don't know what it is or how to fix it? Use tools to find spiritual clarity. Meditation, life activation, full spirit activation, Sophic Reiki, empower thyself, so that you can bring in that awareness, and from awareness, take action. Because whatever you are unhappy about, this eclipse is a call to action to do something about it, and that burning you are feeling is the fuel. But be aware, the answer is found in what you've been avoiding, overlooking, dismissing, or pushing aside. Because this is where you have been blocking yourself from your sacred warrior's mission, and fiery Aries is not here for that any longer. So feel the burn, tap into the courage of Aries, release the story you are using to stop yourself, and take action you need to take to move your life forward this eclipse season. And remember, this eclipse is not acting in isolation. Mercury retrograde and the lunar eclipse energies are all part of it. So, if needed, refer back to those 2 videos to get an integrated bird's eye view of the big picture and how the pieces are fitting together. And as always, if you are seeking clarity or needing support in taking action, reach out. We are here for you and have many tools to help you see what it is that's holding you back and overcome that block so you can move yourself closer to a more purposeful, fulfilling, and joyful life.